Guys, welcome back to Rise and Grind. Happy Monday. We got some great stuff ahead of us here. And we only have we're almost at under 20 days left in 2023, which is absolutely insane. I can't get over that. It's like the year just started in my mind. And here we go. We are off to a brand new year. I can't believe it. But anyway, getting into it, I hope everybody had an amazing weekend and is ready to get after it. Again, we don't have a lot of time left in 2023. 2024 is upon us. So it's up to us to be ready to rock here. And so, we got to get after it, right? Make the most of it. And I'm a big proponent in understanding that the fact that we have like 2-3 weeks left of this 2023 season before we wrap it up. And we all, at some points, have goals that we have or wanted to achieve. So right now is the time to get after it, guys. If you are not getting after it right now, you're not going to hit your goals. So I hope the people watching this are going to get after it and hit the goals that they're after. Because, again, your goals are important. And too many people do not achieve those goals. So diving in here, let's go. We have our first handy-dandy update here, which is what content is important and it's going to help you win in 2024. Now, as a brand or as a business, we have to understand, and again, I feel like a broken record here because I'm saying this regularly, but I'm going to keep being a broken record. I'm going to keep beating the dead horse as long as I have to, because one thing matters, and it's we have to entertain. There was a study that over 40% of content that did well online for brands and businesses were making people laugh, right? And a lot of people are saying, well, my business is too serious. I can't do that. My business is different. I can't be funny. Guys, we have divorce attorneys making people laugh. We have mechanics making people laugh. We have plumbers making people laugh. There is no reason why you cannot be in that bucket. And that's the thing. People are not on social media following businesses' accounts because they want to learn about a plumber or just keep seeing electricians post about grids they're putting up, or real estate things being sold. At the end of the day, guys, what you have to realize is people are on social media to connect. When you think about when Zuckerberg or when Tom from MySpace made social media, right, at least at the time, as big as it was, they did it with one intention: to connect friends and family and people, not to advertise and sell. Obviously, that's how it became commerce. That's how they started making gazillions of dollars, right? But the bottom line is that people are on social media to connect with their friends, their family. And now, obviously, since let's call it the past 5-6 years, but really more in the ballpark of the 3-year mark, people are on social media just to scroll aimlessly. It started to shift. Now it's not just about friends and family anymore. More people are looking at just random things that don't matter, rather than looking at friends and family. So what does that go to tell you? That goes to tell you that at the end of the day, if your content is not engaging and entertaining and making people laugh or making people do something, that they are not going to tune in. So in 2024, you have to have content that is going to make people do something emotional, laugh, cry, whatever. That is the content that's going to win. You have to be in it to win it, guys. If you're going to create content that's going to be boring and just talk about your business, don't even create it, because people are not going to watch it. They're not going to look at it. And so many people think well, let me put this on my feed, or let me go look. Guys, people in most cases are not going to your profile. A lot of your content lives in their feeds. So don't worry about what your grid looks like. It doesn't matter that much anymore. What really matters is you being entertaining. Make people laugh. Make people enjoy the content they're watching. Not be bored to death by it and unfollow you, because that always sucks. When people unfollow you, it's because they're not valuing your content. So in 2024, the content that you're going to create obviously is up to you. But my highest recommendation I can make here, professional recommendation, is make people laugh. And I know everyone's like, oh, well, I'm serious. It doesn't matter. If you make people laugh, if you entertain people, they are going to continue to follow your accounts. And that's what matters. If people are not going to laugh or be entertained by your account, then guys, they are not going to be engaged and not going to keep coming back, and they're not going to spread the word or tell people about you, and then that's not going to grow your business. So the type of content that's going to win is entertainment. Make people laugh. In some cases, make people cry, but show them the real stuff. Authenticity is another big one. you have to be authentic. You hear people like Gary Vee saying this all the time, and he's been saying that forever, but it's very true. People know and can sniff bullshit a mile away, especially the day and age we live in now. People have such access to information and content that they can sniff it away from miles and miles and miles away, and they don't want to watch it. They're going to follow that stuff anymore. So you got to be authentic. You got to make people laugh. You got to make people cry. And lastly, show the journey, guys. Show behind the scenes. Everybody wants to be too done up. They want to be so perfect. They want to be perfect in front of the camera. They want to make everything so. Guys, that's not reality. Most people cannot get in front of a camera and crush it the first few times they do it. It's typically tough, right? The team, Rob behind the camera knows that perfectly. Even the most successful business owners, when you put them in front of a camera, a lot of times they start to crack, right? And that's okay. So my point is that nobody's expecting you to be perfect. They're expecting you to get in front of the camera and just tell your journey, tell your story, show your team behind the scenes, show the wins, show some of the losses, show some of the struggles. People want to follow those things. That's the content that is going to win. Next up, Threads now has its own version of hashtags, which is really cool. They're calling it topic tags, right? So in this, they're trying to make a fresh avenue for users to essentially discover new brands. Now, they created topic tags because right now on this platform, Threads, technically there's no advertising right now, right? You can't add on it. So this is a way for people to engage and to find new brands, find new users, get in front of more people. And this is why we care about this. So obviously we know that ads are not there. They're coming soon on there, but it's helping, marketers and users just engage and, creating profiles that are going to generate traffic. We know right now Threads started with the biggest social platform ever on planet Earth to have like hundreds of millions of people be on the platform in a matter of like 72 hours. And then we saw a decline in usage, a massive decline in usage. So listen, Meta's still trying to do their thing and make Threads a real proponent. You'll see some of the top brands and influencers, they're still using it, right? They're still on there. Now, as topic tags are not hashtags, brands will not require it to add the hashtag symbol when adding tags, which is interesting. Topic tags support phrases with spaces, obviously. They support special characters, and only one tag is permitted per post. So that's interesting. They're not making it like you can do a bunch of hashtags. It's like literally what's the one topic this is about. So for content creators, this is important. So we're gonna see this is them making a fundamental difference between a hashtag and a topic tag, right? So again, everybody jumped on the hashtag bandwagon. You have LinkedIn using hashtags. You have almost every platform, right, for the most part. Now they're not doing it, right? And this is Meta. Meta has hashtags in some of their other, sister companies. So interesting. Stay tuned there. I know not everybody is still using Threads, but we'll see. Let's see what Zucks can pull out here. Now, podcasts and how they can benefit your business. This is one thing, guys, that I feel like I talk about a lot, as well as the content and being entertaining. But having a podcast for your business, I remember going back to 2015 or 2016 when we first started breaking barriers. I was completely against it. I said to myself, guys, when my content director at the time approached me, was like, we need to start doing these podcasts. I saw it as a complete waste of time. I'm like, nobody listens to podcasts unless you're Joe Rogan. And obviously, boy, was I wrong, and boy, did that change. But the thing is, at the end of the day, what it did for me, I thought about it deeply, and I said, how and why would this be beneficial to Adapting Social and for my time, right? Because obviously I'm doing it. And it did two things for me. And that's what I want to share with you guys on when you're thinking about 2024, how you can create avenues of content. Podcasts is one of them, right? So if you can crush and have a great podcast that talks about your business, what you do, the world that you're in, without having to be out there forcing content, it's everyone, typically if you have engaging and entertaining enough content, people are going to listen. So anyway, I did it for two reasons. One, as an entrepreneur, what I started to realize is that entrepreneurs have this like crazy, I always say we're all effed up in the head, right? Because we run towards fires, we run towards, working over 100 hours, to avoid the 40-hour. And at the end of the day, these people, when I sit down and I had these podcasts, I started to realize early on that, wow, it's almost like being at a, intervention, like an AA meeting, right? But for entrepreneurs, because we all go through the same things and not everybody can understand it. And so the more I sat down with these entrepreneurs, it fulfilled me, actually. It charged my batteries. So I said to myself, damn, this is not only helpful for business, but this is helping John, because I'm sitting with like-minded individuals, talking to them. We're both helping each other in a way, because we're giving each other information we both didn't know before coming to the table. But it's helping me become a better entrepreneur. And I think whatever you do, whatever industry you're in, if you have people that are in your industry and or in like similar industries, that could be beneficial, like a little cross-pollination synergy there, it is extremely helpful when you sit there and you have those conversations. You learn a lot, but then also for me, it motivated me tremendously. So that's number one. Socially, and like, I guess from another perspective, it just recharges my entrepreneur battery. The second thing is that it helps you get new business. And most people are like, what? How? That's impossible. You're sitting there, you're wasting your time, like whatever. No, you can get other business owners on your podcast. Then you get to meet them, right? There's not many scenarios where you can go and essentially not have to solicit your services or products and get in front of the customer you want. You can have them on your podcast, and then you can have a great conversation with them. Now they know who you are. And guess what? From that point, now you have a relationship where before the only way you were getting in front of them is if they gave you a damn opportunity. In most cases, that's slim pickings. People don't want to be solicited. The world we live in is 10x worse than it was before. The thing is that it's funny. My father-in-law is a big, he has a storefront, and he has no solicitation, all over, so that nobody comes in and tries to sell him anything. And a lot of business owners do that, right? Because they don't want to be there working, doing what they're doing, and have some random person walk into their office and then take up all their time. They don't want that, right? So it's the same scenario when it comes to digital, reaching out and trying to get somebody to buy your product or service on the phone or via email. It's the new way of soliciting, right? So a way that we can do that is have these people on your podcast. And going back to what I said earlier, you don't have to have a damn amazing podcast in the beginning. You just have to have a couple cameras, maybe have one phone, right? When we first started breaking barriers, it was legitimately a cell phone, right? We didn't have a full media team then yet. We literally had my team holding up a phone, and we did little quick podcast segments so that we didn't use all of my storage or their storage on their iPhones. So it's like, just get started, guys. And now, like, if I didn't do that, we have so many amazing clients and friends that I've met over, since 2015 to now. And the thing is that if it wasn't for that podcast, they wouldn't be the friends that they are to Adapting Social and me, that we wouldn't have new clients that we met on that podcast. But also, Breaking Barriers, it's streamed in over 90 countries. People are seeing this. If I didn't take the chance to start doing that, people all over the world wouldn't get the message that we have when we put out for Breaking Barriers. So circling back to you, create a podcast. Build synergy with the right people in your industry. Get some potential and prospective customers or clients on that podcast. Get to know them a little better, and it helps you brand build. Right? That's the important thing about podcasting. It helps you brand build. So, guys, I don't see why you wouldn't do it, but at the end of the day, it is up to you. So, all right, last topic here, and this one is big. Obviously, Elon is on everybody's radar right now. My guy Elon over there is just doing his thing, and he don't care who is watching, right? So now with X essentially launches its ChatGPT rival. Now I think it's important to note one thing. Again, my guy Elon is a founder in OpenAI. So let's just be clear about that, right? ChatGPT is OpenAI. It's their product. So, but what is different, right? So essentially Elon and X is launching its ChatGPT rival called Grok. Now, unlike ChatGPT and Bard, Elon Musk's new chatbot can incorporate real-time knowledge into its responses. So we all know if we're using ChatGPT right now or have been using it for the past year or a couple months, we know that the data was not up to date. And even now it's up to a certain point. I think it's 2022, but that's it, right? Now, Grok has complete up-to-date information. So when you're asking it stuff and you're utilizing it and leveraging it, guess what? You now have the ability to have real-time information. That's helpful when you're creating new content, when you're creating blogs or creating cool information and content off of things like ChatGPT. Grok will be able to get new information, and that's huge. New information is key. So while Elon is banging around and making everybody in corporate world like Paramount and Disney and all these other places go crazy, he told them to go F themselves, which is wild. At the end of the day, he's still innovating here. So why we care about this, generative AI is now a crucial tool for, as we know, marketers, brand builders, businesses, all alike. But industry experts have so far given positive feedback regarding Grok, which is surprising. Elon's been on everyone's shit list recently because of all this stuff. So, the fact that people are actually praising the chatbot for its superior intelligence and creativity compared to other models is a really great thing. So right now, what X is doing is they're pushing for marketers alike and obviously, brand experts to start utilizing and explore the potential benefits. I will say that we are in the process of testing this. So we're early on. So I don't have that much feedback just yet on it. Next Monday, I'll have more information to report back here. But not all US premium subscribers have access to Grok yet. The rollout prioritizes long-term subscribers. So essentially, the people who have been long-term on X, obviously formerly Twitter, and have some sort of subscription, they're getting priority in getting this. So it's good. So at the end of the day, right now, we'll see what happens here. This is on obviously all X, iOS, web, Android, and so right now, it's a hot topic. So we're gonna keep you guys posted on it with X's Grok, which is ChatGPT's rival. Wild whirlwind, because again, my guy Elon, what is he doing? He's rivaling his own company he founded, OpenAI. Guy is absolutely bananas. So, at the end of the dang day, we're here and we have Elon doing some crazy things. But there's one thing that I do want to talk about that is extremely, extremely important. And I don't want to forget this because at the end of the day, when it comes to Google, right, most people don't realize that Google is constantly updating their algorithms, right? And so how many times did they update their algorithm in 2021? So we dove deep. We had our team do some research on this. And what we uncovered is that Google made more than 5,000 changes to search in 2021. 5,000. This means that right now, on average, Google's making 13 changes per damn day. For the people out there, they're like, I want to keep up with SEO. I need to do, whatever I need to do to rank. Guys, being page one on Google helps businesses grow. There's no question about it. Consumers, clients, product, service based alike, they're going there for the due diligence period and for their search and, to find what they're looking for, to compare. If you're not there, you're dead, right? So, but the fact is that when you're thinking about how you can compete with your competitors there, just know Google is changing on average 13 times a damn day, aka almost 5,000 times in one single year in 2021. That is an absolute ton. And so if you're just a regular average Joe business owner or Jane out there, that is very tough to compete with if you don't know what's happening, if you're not staying, and it's a full-time job. So again, recommendation, give Adapting Social a call. We got your back, but regardless, you need a professional in there doing it. So whether it's us or not, you need a professional helping you there. There's so much that's happening. But guys, this has been a wonderful Monday, Rise and Grind. I hope everybody out there that's taking a second to watch in here is creating a great start to their Monday. Again, guys, we have, Rob, how many days do we have left in 2023? I want an accurate number here before we sign off here, because this is about your guys' goals listening in here. It's about my goals, right? I got goals I have to hit. I'm about like 90% at my goals, and I got Rob's about to tell me we got 20 days left of 2023 before 24 says, how you doing? And so at the end of the day, guys, if we don't take action right now, it's Monday. It's a Monday. And in the East Coast, New York tri-state area, it is a rainy Monday. I love rainy Mondays. And at the end of the day, if you don't start today to try to finish the goals you set, and maybe you didn't even set any goals in 2023, maybe you just didn't think about it, right? But if you didn't, hopefully you think about a couple you can knock out with 20 days left, or prepare for 2024. I know, again, I got some work to do, I know a lot of people that do not take the time to see their goals through. And typically those people are people who are saying, why is this always happening to me? Or they have that mentality of the world's, against them, right? And if you're not preparing and you're not setting yourself up for these goals that you have, then it's almost like it's a tough thing, because in your own mind you become a fraud. Realistically, when you're like, oh, I want to do this and it doesn't happen, then you constantly just know you're not going to do these things. So I hope that you put the time and effort into it, because you and your goals are extremely important, and it's really important in helping you motivate yourself, right? A lot of times we don't realize we're living as conscious beings, but our subconscious mind runs so much. It's making your heart beat. You're not thinking about it. You're blinking all the time. You're not thinking about it. Your subconscious mind, when you fall asleep, you wake up alive, right? Because it's doing all the things it's doing for you, so you're not thinking about it. The bottom line is that we're living this conscious experience, and we know internally when we say, I'm going to do something, we don't do it over and over and over and over again. What winds up happening? We stop believing that we're capable. So don't prove that part of yourself right. I hope that in 24, we only have 20 days left of this year. I hope in 24, you crush every goal that you're after. And the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So if you have huge goals, it's okay. Take them small and build from there. But your goals are worth it, guys. Happy Monday. Let's get after it this week, guys. We got 20 days left. 20 days left of the year. What are you going to do about it? Thanks for tuning in.